The Federal Reserve this Tuesday is not expecting to cut interest rates, and the overall markets are getting rejected right now at these 490 levels. Could this mean we get more selling pressure, or do we hold and go up? We also have a earnings this week for AMD and for Walt Disney, so that's going to be very interesting. And today ends the ninth consecutive green day for the overall stock market. Yes, it hasn't done this for over 20 years. 9 consecutive green days in a row. Today may be ending it. So let us see what happens. I have some information to go over today. A little bit of some key areas and levels to look at, as well as a few predictions of my own. So, welcome. Guys, we traded live this morning. If you want to check it out, definitely go back and watch our live trading session where we traded TQQQ. Had a pretty nice trade here, set up, and actually got stopped out right before it pushed up, which is fine. Still locked in some profits. Nonetheless, talking about QQQ and the markets in general, looking very bullish right now at the moment after a nice sell-off over the weekend. QQQ or NASDAQ really hitting $490.91 and then had a nice gap down overnight and then sold off to as low as 483.62. And that was, if you see over here, this little gray box, 483.62 was a 1.27% sell-off. Actually, if I go up here, I think when we woke up this morning, it was like 1.5, almost 2% sell-off this morning. Opening in the red and below this moving average on the 5-minute time frame, NASDAQ was not looking very good. It did hold above slightly for a moment and then rejected, showing some signs of selling pressure. Now it did hold on this 45-day exponential moving average, which is great, and still showing signs of it being bullish till right now. Still, and again, here, just a solid trade setup and stopped out. I didn't want to hold if this was to sell off even more, when really, instead of selling here, I should have been buying more and averaging down for that nice big kick back up above. But again, when a lot of uncertainty or you're not sure exactly which way market direction is, it's okay to minimize your position or get out completely. And then when you understand direction, then you can get in and always buy more and get in again. So now talking about the overall market here, we are seeing some levels of resistance right around 487. Now 487 has been a key resistance level before, and let's talk about that. So not Friday but Thursday we caught some resistance at 487 on Thursday, sold off to 478 and then retraced back up to that 487 level, catching some resistance and then breaking through it and holding above 487 until Friday, where it got up to 490. Now it gapped back down below 487, okay, and below this EMA, or the 200-day moving average, the MA, and has been below it ever since until today. So now we're seeing this bullish tendency. It's above this moving average, but again, getting rejected at 487, which again can be a key resistance level. We can see more downside and more selling pressure. I talked about this on Friday about the market selling off and how we're literally one more negative GDP away from a recession. Okay, we only need 2 negative GDPs to technically be categorized as our economy being put in a recession. All right, smash the like button for me. Go back and watch that live stream from this morning and that video from Friday talking about the selling pressure, how the Federal Reserve are not anticipating on cutting interest rates, which wouldn't necessarily be good or bad. It's just kind of a neutral sentiment. Also, a lot of uncertainty amid tariffs. It's paused. Okay, we have to remember the tariffs are paused, but they will be resuming, soon, right? There was a pause, and so the May Fed meeting kicks off Tuesday, which will be tomorrow, May 6th, and it will conclude Wednesday, May 7th. We'll get a better understanding of, again, what is our economy doing and what can we um, factor in, right, with those interest rate cuts or not. I don't think they're going to happen. And with this, I think the market's going to sell off a little bit more as well. Now, Wall Street also has a heavy dose of earnings. They will be the first quarter earnings season last week was insane. Oh my gosh, there was a lot of earnings last week. If you missed any of our videos or live streams last week, definitely go back and watch them. They are still very relevant. We live stream every single morning. And yeah, so right here, I talk about it. Stock market rally, short lived. It hit 490 and got rejected. Okay. And then sell off, possible recession. Those are really two good videos on my YouTube channel that you can definitely check out right now. Now, last week, huge earnings. A lot of great earnings last week. We had Domino's, Waste Management, SoFi, PayPal, UPS, Coca-Cola, Pfizer, Spotify, Ultra, Visa, Starbucks, Snap, Caterpillar, Microsoft, Meta, Robinhood, Roblox, Amazon, Apple, Riot, Airbnb, Reddit. I mean, there's so many other companies that reported earnings, guys, right here last week. So definitely in the middle of that earnings season. Now, this week, our earnings are insane as well. Look at all these earnings for this week, guys. Okay, so we have TG Therapeuticals, Berkshire Hathaway this morning. Okay, Monday before open. Today after close, Palantir will be reporting their earnings. Hims and Hers, Ford, Realty Income. Oh, love that as a monthly paying dividend company to add to your investment portfolio. Celsius, which is that energy drink. We have Race, which is Ferrari, reporting their earnings. Marriott on Tuesday. SMCI, guys, Supermicro Computers, AMD, Rivian, Tempest, AI, all reporting on Tuesday after close, as well as many other companies like Win and Lucid. Wednesday, we have Uber, Walt Disney reporting before open. After close, Carvana, ARM, DoorDash, companies like that. Thursday, we have Peloton, okay, Peloton, and Shopify, ConocoPhillips. We have quite a few there, as well as Thursday after close, The Trade Desk, Coinbase, Marathon, SoundHound, DraftKings, Affirm. These are all reporting earnings. Now, not as significant catalyst to move the overall market because, if the NASDAQ has them in their holdings, they wouldn't be as significant as, say, Apple or Microsoft or Tesla with larger market caps, but still amazing potential to see some upside and downside to some great companies you may or may not be holding. And then Friday, TerraWolf and a few others in there as well. So if you'd like me to do any videos, any stock analysis on any of these companies we talked about, drop a ticker in the comments and I will get that stock review video out to you. All right, so moving on, the overall market and prediction, guys, is not looking good. The Feds have officially, signaled support for a pause. So they're saying, there's no rush in adjusting the rates if there's going to be a pause with the tariffs. They're saying, Gianni says that given the considerable economic and policy uncertainties Fed members are facing, they are waiting for greater clarity on the evolution of the economy. Okay, so that's interesting as well. My computer glitched out on me there for a second. In the coming months, okay? The economists expect both the FOMC statement and Fed Chair Powell to acknowledge that some market and survey-based measures of near-term inflation expectation have moved up, and that surveys of household and business indicates a decline in sentiment and elevated uncertainty about the outlook. He also expects Powell to note that tariffs are likely to cause higher inflation and lower growth. Okay, but however, Gianni believes that Fed will hold rates unchanged this time around, but they still anticipate 2 quarter point rate cuts by the end of the year. So they're still anticipating 2 rate cuts, but they have still not had any clear area or time to do that. Okay. Um, with that said, too, the S&P 500 had a record-setting win streak. Okay, ninth consecutive win streak in 9 days in a row. They had a win streak, gaining 1.5% on Friday. This was the longest winning streak for the broad market index since November 2024. Okay, so in a year. My bad. I said 20 years earlier. And it's particularly notable given recent stock market volatility in reaction to the tariff uncertainty. Right? So now it's saying that the S&P 500 was down more than 15% and since has now only a deficit of just 3.3. So very true. That is very true. When you look at this overall, from highs of 540 to lows of 398, that was a 25% correction. Okay, I'm calling it a correction to where it is now. It's already up 20% from where it was. So to get back to levels of where we were, we're only looking at about 10-11%. 10 or 11% more, and we'll be back up to those 540 all-time highs. All we have to do is get above this green 200-day moving average, right? This green line here, we got to get above it to get bullish again, or we're going to get rejected and it's going to come back down. And I do believe that's going to happen. I believe we're going to be in a rejection period. Now, what is my thought process here? Well, this is going to have to hold at least 480. 480 is going to be the area that I see it needing to hold, which is right here at this moving average on the 30-minute time frame. Now, if it doesn't hold 484, then it's going to go to 480. And if it can't hold 480, then we could easily see this go to even 470, 475 area and retest that. Now, if it loses 470, 475, then we could possibly see this come back to 460s and test 460s to stay above this moving average. Now, everyone wants the market to go up. Everyone is just waiting for it to go up. They're buying the dip. They're buying at lows. They're putting more money in. And so everyone is just, they really just anticipating for it to go up. Now, sometimes the market gets ahead of itself. Okay, so we want to understand that. And this can remain bullish for quite some time. It is above that moving average, right? We have been seeing nice green days. But is there a more significant pullback to come in the next few days or few weeks maybe? Yeah, I'm interested to see. So we're going to take it day by day here, guys. I appreciate your time. I hope this was all informational and informative for you. And I hope you guys learned something today. If you want to check out my our live day trading sessions that we host every morning, Monday through Friday at Market Open, definitely subscribe to the channel and click that little notification bell so you know when I go live. And I'd love to see you guys there. Attend our live stream with other traders who all want to learn the same thing, and that's how to be more consistently profitable in the stock market. All right, it is the first link below if you want to get more involved, and it is 100% free, lifetime access education on how you can be a better trader and stock investor. So again, appreciate your guys' time. I'll see you guys in tomorrow morning's live day trading session, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and remember, if you're uncertain and about your position and the market, it's okay to not have a position at all. Okay, guys, remember that. It's okay to be cash when there is a lot of uncertainty. All right, guys, appreciate your time and have a great day.